All right, so I do want to welcome you to our Saturday morning breakfast call. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Joel Broughton, here with my beautiful wife and business partner, Kristen, on, hey, a beautiful sunny Saturday, July 7th, 2018. So let's just get right into it. Let's just congratulate those of you that are earning a check, earning matching postcards. So congratulations to Sam and David and Roy, Veronica, Adam, Richard. Congratulations, Thomas, Michael, Mike. Raymond, congratulations to Wolf and Kathleen, Christopher, Randy, Bev, Scott, Ben, Kathy, Jerry, Bernadette, congratulations to John and Nate, Grant, Harry, Ryan, congratulations to John and Judith and Matt and Brian and Jimmy, and congratulations to everybody that is sending out their postcards, bringing in new free members, and kind of starting the process. I mean, that's really what it's about, and we're going to talk about that. No new updates right now, but let's get into the training. I mean, let's start talking a little bit more about your business, how you make money with mail order, how you make money with postcards, how you make money with sending letters through the mail. You know, and part of the reason why, a few people asked me this before, you know, why do you use postcards, Joel? Why do you use letters? Why do you in 2018, I mean, why aren't you using Facebook? Why aren't you using YouTube? Why aren't you using all of the technology that's currently available to you? And why are you still building a business with postcards? Why are you still building a business with mail order? Well, there's a couple answers to that. The first answer is it still works, right? It still actually generates income. It still generates leads. It's still, I mean, people still answer postcards. If they didn't, I wouldn't use them. Right? Like if they actually didn't answer postcards, if I wasn't able to generate leads that way, if I wasn't able to build a business that way, I obviously wouldn't do it. If I wasn't able to send a letter and have somebody send me cash or checks or money orders or credit cards through the mail, I would stop doing it. But it's been working for years and years and years and decades. So I really see no reason to stop until it comes to a point where people no longer use that medium for commerce, right? So until the day that the post office closes, we will continue to use these methods. And we do use YouTube. We obviously have the internet. We use our websites. We have conference calls. We do webinars. You know, and many of our members use different social media too to promote the business. So it's not that I can't use those things. It's not that I discourage using those things. In fact, I encourage you to learn any kind of method that you can learn, that you have time to be able to learn, to be able to build your business. But here's kind of part two of that. For the average part-time network marketer, for the average person that's kind of getting into this, that already has a job, that already has a family, that already has activities, that already has a life, that is already doing, you know, things in their life for 10 or 12 or 14 hours a day already, it makes it really difficult to start a home-based business and spend 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours a day building. You know, not everybody has that kind of time. So when we use direct mail and postcards and letters, it really makes it easier for a new person to kind of get started. The learning curve is basically zero. You know, there's no learning curve in putting a stamp on a postcard and mailing it, right, to be able to generate some leads and some sales. So the learning curve is zero. The time to be able to do it is very low. We just have to spend a little bit of money on the advertising. So it makes it really, you know, the barriers to entry for a brand new person part-time are really, really low. And that gets them starting to get some results. That starts to get them into the you know, getting a little bit of success with the business, and then they can kind of build upon it from there. Okay, does that make sense? So that's kind of why in 2018 I'm still using mail order. I'm still using direct mail and postcards and you know, supporting the post office. Okay, and hey, as long as it works, we'll continue using it. So I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about how it actually works, so that you understand what we're doing, so that you understand, if you ever, and part of my job, I feel sometimes, is to educate you so that you know how mail order works, how this industry works, and what you should be focused on and what you should be doing, even if you decide, hey, Joel, listen, I don't like Postcard Networker anymore, or I'm not going to do it, or I'm going to go build something else, or I'm going to go join another business, or whatever. I still want you to know how to do it. Like, I still, the time we spend together, I think it's still important that I educate you and show you how to do it, so that even if, or for instance, maybe you might be thinking, well, maybe I'll go start my own. Maybe I'll go start my own postcard business. Now, I'm not necessarily encouraging that, because it is kind of hard to set this all up and to find, one of the hardest things is finding good leads and working through and knowing, the difference between where you can get good leads and not, the printing, the tracking. Like, it is a major undertaking to set up a business. But if you ever choose to, I want you to kind of understand the process, understand how you need to set it up, or what you need to be looking for in a business. So the first thing, of course, is we just got to buy leads and printing. There really is no getting around spending money in mail order. In fact, one of the reasons why there's not more people running mail order businesses, and there hasn't been for the last 10 or 15 or 20 years, is because the cost of entry is actually a lot higher, especially if you're going to run the company, or especially if you're going to run the business. Getting into somebody else's business, joining Postcard Networker, the cost of entry is not huge, but you still have to make an investment in postcards and leads and stamps, right? So, the barrier to entry to run a company like this is very high. You've got to do testing, you've got to have a large source of leads, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing with mail order is often, from most of the lead sources that are any good, the minimum quantities of getting leads or generating leads or buying leads is like 5, 10,000, 20,000 a shot, and most people really can't afford to go buy 20,000 leads and mail them all. Right, so it makes it difficult, to enter. So buying leads and printing, of course, is number one, and it's really not that hard, especially when you work with a system like Postcard Networker. But at the end of the day, we've got to always remember that we've got to make an investment in our business to get it going. The second part is just converting them into buyers. Okay, now, one of the things that a lot of people think is that once they've got the leads, they should just buy. Once you've got 100 leads, we should get 50 people, we should get 70 people, we should get 100 people to buy the business, and to get started with us. And that obviously is incorrect. It's an incorrect assumption. It's not true. Normally, when you're talking mail order numbers, you might get 1%, you might get 0.5%, you might get 2%, 3%, to even respond and make a purchase from you. So if you send a postcard out or you send a letter out, the goal is always to just get at least a very small percentage of people that are responding. Many mail order programs, I've talked to a lot of people, there's currently a lot of different mail order programs circulating around, and some of you guys may receive offers in the mail and things like that from different companies and different leaders and different people. A lot of those actually convert at zero. Okay, and there's a couple of reasons why. The number one reason why a lot of those programs convert at zero is because their leads are horrible. And they just don't spend the extra money to purchase good leads or to get good leads or to generate good leads, right? So if you're looking at a company and they're saying, yeah, we'll give you, we'll give you these leads, you mail out our program, you mail out 1,000 pieces or 2,000 pieces of mail and you get zero, either their offer really isn't good or their leads aren't good, okay? And it's just, at the end of the day, we need to be able to convert some of the people into a buyer, into somebody who's going to opt in and then give us money. So whether they give us $1 or $10 or $20 or $50 or $100, it really doesn't matter. Okay, your whole goal in mail order is just to identify who actually is, number one, alive and has a pulse, right? Is willing to answer an advertisement through the mail, and is willing to give you money. Okay, so some of the time, unfortunately, some of the people that are on these lists move. Some of the people on these lists, between the time that they answer an ad or make a purchase, get on our list, and then we mail them, something happened in their life. I mean, people move all the time. People change addresses. People lose jobs. People lose incomes. So you don't know really who these people are until you start communicating with them, until you try to sell them something, until you start building a relationship with them. You don't know if the day before you sent them the postcard, they lost their job. And there's no way they're going to spend $1, $20, $50, $100, whatever, purchasing a business from home. But maybe they just, the day before you sent a postcard, they got a new job, or they, got a raise, or they got a promotion, and now they really want to start focusing on a home-based business again. Maybe, their kids graduated from high school and they've got some extra income because the kids moved out, and they want to really focus on their business again. So the crazy thing is you don't know where they're at, but if you convert people into buyers, so if you find, if you sort the buyers by, sending the mail, getting them to send you money, or getting them to make a purchase online or something, now you've got a real strong indication that that person is going to be somebody good for you to work with. Okay, if they give you money, that means that there's somebody that is good for you to work with in the future. Okay, I'm not saying they're going to be the best. I'm not saying they're going to be the premier. I'm just saying that that's a really strong indicator of somebody that you can sell to again, that you should potentially get on the phone with if you have their phone number. You should start developing a relationship with them and talk to them, be friendly with them, get them excited, answer any questions, help them, okay? Because at the end of the day in this industry, you don't know if in 6 months you're going to join a new business, you're going to change your business, your network marketing company closes down and you've got to find another one. You don't know if you've got a brand new program that, some new mail order thing that you want to sell to people. You really don't know. Things change. I mean, I've been in multiple different network marketing companies over the last 15 years. Some by my choice, some by the choice of the company, them doing something silly, or them closing the business, or changing their compensation plan, or whatever. But my point is, listen, your relationships with your list, your relationships with your people, people purchasing from you, and you knowing who the buyers are, who people are that have money that are going to spend, that is like the number one thing. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're getting super rich overnight. It doesn't matter if you're profitable today. The important thing is that you've got a list of people that that you can potentially approach with another offer, okay, or to join your network marketing company, to build a business with them long term. So we just have to sort out the buyers, and then of course sell to the buyers, right? And selling to your buyers, the people that are purchasing from you, can mean one of two things. I mean, sometimes we just set up the system like Postcard Networker, and we offer them the affiliate program and the OMA program, the network marketing company, and some associated information products and advertising things and stuff like that, the free stamps forever, etc. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff in Postcard Networker that you can offer. Obviously, it makes it difficult. You don't want to offer them everything all at once, but you can definitely follow up with all of your buyers to offer them some of the different things we have. You can also offer them your network marketing company, get them purchasing from you on a regular basis. I mean, the key really in this industry is to have people purchasing from you month in and month out, right? Think about that. If you can figure out who the buyers are, and then if you can sell to the buyers one time, right, your network marketing offer, and get them purchasing every month on an auto ship, right, on a regular auto delivery, whether it be postcards or whether it be, nutritional products or whether it be, power for their homes, whether it be makeup, whether it be, it doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter. Some kind of service or something like that, water filters. I mean, whatever it is that you want to sell, if you can get them purchasing on a regular basis through your network marketing company, you don't have to sell them over and over again every month to get them to purchase. I mean, that's kind of the key, right? That's kind of like the point of this whole thing. Sell to them once, have them purchase month after month after month after month, right? And if you can do that, great. Some people won't sign up for your network marketing company, okay? And it's just the reality of it. Some people either don't like your products and services, they don't like your compensation plan, maybe they're not interested in multi-level marketing, okay? And that's okay. But we can sell them other things then. We can sell them postcards. We can sell them internet training. We can sell them advertising. We can sell them, the brand partnership. We can teach them how to write a book through the book partnership. I mean, we've got other things to offer them. So don't be disappointed if they don't immediately jump on your network marketing company. Through Postcard Networker, you have a lot of different things that you can offer them and talk to them about. But remember, they are gold. Like, once you identify that they've spent some money with you, whether they sent you $1, $20, whether they joined the affiliate program or just purchased some postcards, even if they just send $10 in for an introduction pack, okay? The people that send $10 in for an introduction pack are very good leads, okay? They are very good people to sell your network marketing company to, okay, and to make some offers to them. So don't discount that. The other thing is, as you build your business, we want to do what? We want to sell to our buyers again, okay, and sell to our buyers again. All right. The thing is, once you've identified these people, you need to make more and more and more offers to them, okay? And this may be just signing them up on an auto ship. When I say sell to your buyers again, this may be just selling the auto ship every month, right? Just keeping them on a monthly auto ship and then getting them to promote with you, right, and getting them to work with you. But the thing is, a lot of people, what they do is they buy leads or printing, they get some buyers, and then they ignore them and they go try to find more buyers, right? And they buy some more leads and they send some more things and they get some more buyers and they ignore those buyers, right? They ignore those people. They sell them once and they think, well, they bought this thing from me. They sent me the $100 or the $20 or whatever. Now I got to go find another one to generate more money, right? To generate more income. If you've ever been in business, or if you've ever studied business, or if you've ever gone to business school, or if you've ever even talked to a business owner, okay, if you know any business owners, go ask them this simple question. Okay, and a lot of you guys probably already know the answer to this when I say it, because you probably heard it somewhere before. But the question is, does it cost more to find a new buyer, to get a new customer, right, to acquire a new customer, or does it cost more to sell to your existing customers, right? Does it cost more to acquire a new customer and advertise to find a new customer, or does it cost more to advertise to your existing buyers, to your existing customer base? Well, the answer to that is, of course, it costs more to acquire, to find a new customer. Okay, it costs way more because the person who bought from you already know who they are. If you want to find a new buyer in mail order, normally you have to send mail to 50 or 100 people. It might cost you $100 to find a new buyer, right? But for you to sell to an existing buyer, you already know who that buyer is. You can send a piece of mail or a phone call or an email to that person. It costs you $1, or it costs you nothing. It'll be free, to advertise through an email to that existing buyer. So think about this, $100 for a new buyer, $1 for an existing buyer. The other thing is, that existing buyer is a buyer, so you can have a better chance of selling something to them. You know that person is potentially going to buy. Whereas out of the 100 people, there's probably 98 or 99 of them who will not purchase from you. Okay? Right off the top, through the mail, they just won't. the conversion rates just aren't that high in acquiring new buyers. So the key is, would you rather have 100 leads or 100 buyers? Okay, a list of 100 buyers, or just a list of 100 leads, or a list of 1,000 leads, or even a list of 10,000 leads, right? Well, if you had a list of 10,000 leads, you could generate 100 sales, but it'll cost you like anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 to market to them, right? To generate those sales. Whereas if you just had 100 of your own buyers, if you market to them again and again and again and again, you know, it might be free. You might have email addresses, you could just email them. You might have their mailing addresses, you can spend $1, right, per person, or 50 cents a person, or whatever, to send them a postcard or a letter, right? The lead doesn't cost you anything. You just have to pay for an envelope, pay for some pieces of paper, maybe a postcard and a stamp, right? So if you focus on selling to your buyers, so the goal really, at the end of the day, I mean, I've been doing this for the last 15 years, is creating a huge list of buyers, people that know who I am, that purchase from me, that trust me, that like what we're selling, that are in our industry. Find all those people, collect all those people, and then offer them, you know, the network marketing company. Offer them something to purchase month after month. Offer them postcards to build their business. Offer them training and support, and work with them. You know, cultivate the relationship. Well, I do these calls every week to cultivate a relationship with people, to help them, to train you, right? And hey, you know, I'll be completely open about it, right? To sell to you. Right? I'm going to sell you things that you need for your business to be able to make money. You're here because you want to make money, right? So I can sell you stuff to help you make money. And you're okay with that because you want to make money. You want to use the stuff that we use, that I use, to make money. You want to join the network marketing company that I'm promoting. You want to use the postcards that I'm using. You want to use the websites that I'm using. You want to potentially even write your own book and position yourself as a brand expert, right? As a network marketing expert. So there's things that we offer to the buyers, to you, to everybody, on these calls, through our training, through our emails, through all of our stuff, because I know that you are a buyer. I know that I've identified you. I've identified other people on this call. I've identified other people in our business as people that have purchased from us. So I know that by cultivating that relationship and helping you and working with you and helping you achieve your goals, that it's going to obviously come back to me. Okay, does that make sense? And that's the same for you. I mean, it's the same for everybody. You know, the stronger relationship you have with your buyers, the stronger relationship you have with your team, the easier it is for you to get them to move. Okay, get them to move to purchasing more, moving their auto ship from, instead of $10 to $20, moving their auto ship instead of from $70 to $100, right, for different things, purchasing more postcards, helping promote more, getting on the phone with you, doing, I mean, on and on and on. And the goal really, again, like I said, in mail order is it's very simple. And unfortunately, sometimes the costs and the barriers to entry are a little bit high, right? So some people quit very quickly, right? They send 100 postcards and they're out. It didn't work, right? I only got one buyer. I only got one person that is interested. I only got 5 leads out of it, right? And they think that they should have got 50 or 100, right? Or 75. Why didn't, out of the 100 people, why didn't 50 of them come to my website? Why didn't, 25 of them make a purchase? I thought I was going to get rich overnight. Well, it doesn't work like that. We just have to, it's kind of like the long game, right? Like, you can buy lottery tickets every day for your entire life, or you can save that money and put it in a bank account, right? Well, a lot of people, what they like to do is buy lottery tickets because they get excited that maybe they'll get rich overnight, right? Like maybe they'll take $2 of their money, purchase a lottery ticket, and become a millionaire, turn that into millions of dollars, right? And they do that over and over and over again every week for their entire life. My dad's a great example of that. Now, the funny thing is, he always worked. He earned a good living over the years. He had a good job, But he would religiously buy lottery tickets every single week for as long as I've been alive. Now, I've been alive for just over 40 years. Okay, so when I think about that, my dad's been probably buying lottery tickets for 40 years. Probably anywhere from $5 to $10 a week, maybe more. I'm not really even totally sure. I've never really asked him, but I know that he always has them. And he always talks about, well, maybe one day we'll win the lottery. Maybe one day we'll hit it big. And then I kind of think about it and I'm like, if you do the math, and you might think it's insignificant, he might think it's insignificant, I'm not sure, but, if he spent $20 a week on lottery tickets, that's $1,000 a year. That's 40 grand that he kind of flushed away, right? He kind of just threw it away. And sometimes he might win $100 or $20 or whatever, but the lottery isn't designed to be able to generate you money. It's not designed to be able to put income in your pocket. It's designed to, make one big winner out of millions of people so that everybody has hope that they're going to win, and then just take everybody else's money, right, and keep it. All right, it's the same thing as gambling at casinos, right? And there's no casino in the world that's designed to provide you with an income or provide you with a, with the big wins, right? They're designed to just take as much money from as much people as possible. So again, the point being is that you can't come into a mail order business thinking that you're going to have a lottery ticket, right? That you're going to send out 100 postcards and get rich overnight. You just got to grind it out. You literally just have to send 100 postcards or 200 or 500 a month or a week, until you get there. What happens is you start to build momentum with the more buyers that you have, right? And I can tell you this because I've been doing this for years and years and years, and until you get over that hump of having enough people that are active in your business, it feels like you're climbing straight up a sideways mountain. It feels like you're scaling the side of a mountain, and it's hard and it's difficult, and it feels like you're not getting anywhere, right? But what happens is when you get enough people in your team, it starts to get really easy. It starts to get so easy that you feel almost like you're cheating, okay? Because there's so many people sending postcards, there's so many people sending mail, and you're generating the income, but you're still only sending 100 or 200 or 500 postcards a month. And it's only costing you $100 or a couple $100 or $500 a month to do it, and you're generating thousands and thousands of dollars in sales from all of these other people, right, in your team, in your downline. I can obviously tell you that from personal experience because it happens in my business, but it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, when we first launched Postcard Networker, it was really slow. I was sending a lot of postcards myself, getting it going. I was encouraging people. I was talking to people. I was, helping them get started. And we've got people today that are uplines in Postcard Networker that are in the same position that I am. They've been sending postcards for 6 months or a year or 2 years or whatever, and they've got a huge organization of people that are also now sending postcards, that are also now getting active, that are joining their businesses, they're getting in their network marketing companies, getting on AutoShip and earning them income. But it all starts with just converting them into buyers and selling to those buyers over and over and over again, okay? And then, of course, we just buy more leads, right? We start the process over again. But notice in this process, I don't go buy leads, convert leads into buyers, sell to buyers, buy more leads. All right, notice that there's a couple of more lines that I just added to this slide that say sell to buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers, right? Sell to buyers. You've got to keep selling to your buyers. You can't just buy leads, convert to buyers, buy leads, convert to buyers, buy leads, convert to buyers. Right? You have to have additional sales to the buyers, either through the mail, through email, over the phone, or an auto ship through your network marketing company, or something. They have to keep purchasing, or you won't be profitable, okay? If you're constantly spending money on new customer acquisition and you're never selling to the existing customer base, you will have difficulty being profitable, okay? buy more leads, convert into buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers. And you know, honestly, guys, that's how mail order works. Okay. The key distinction, though, being that is, again, a lot of people just do step 1 and step 2, and then they do step 1 and step 2 again. Step 1, step 2, step 1, step 2, step 1, step 2. Buy leads, convert to buyers. Buy leads, convert to buyers. And usually when you do that process, just buy leads and then convert those into buyers, sell them something, you usually lose money. You usually aren't profitable on the first mailing. Okay? And that's what makes mail order kind of tricky a little bit, is that a lot of people lose interest, and a lot of people kind of get disheartened when they quote unquote lose money, right? When they get into a business and then they're like, I didn't make a profit. Well, mail order, you generally don't make a profit on your first mailing. Okay, on the first time that you sell something to a buyer, it's just to identify the buyer. You're paying to identify the buyer, essentially. So it might cost you $100 to identify 1 or 2 buyers. But then that buyer might purchase from you over and over again over the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? That buyer is gold because they've spent money. I've got some buyers in our company that have purchased postcards from us for years, years, and they've generated more sales. And they've worked with us, and they've generated money, and they've generated profits for them and for me and for our company. And it costs maybe $50 or $100 to find them, to identify them, but as long as I get them on an auto ship, or as long as I sell to them over and over again, it makes sense, right? Like it makes it work. It makes the numbers work. Sure, it costs maybe $100 to find them, but what's the alternative, right? I can go spend 10,000 hours learning how to do Facebook marketing, and then overnight Facebook changes an algorithm and I have to go relearn it all again. I'm starting from scratch again. I'm not saying Facebook's not a great place to generate leads. It is. It's just it changes every 10 minutes, right? And the process is the same. You're going to have to spend money to generate your leads, and then you're going to have to sell to your leads over and over again. Think about this. You could replace any marketing method into this process that I'm showing you right now, and it's the same thing. I could title this talk today, How Facebook Marketing Works. Okay, how Facebook marketing works. Run ads. Okay, run pay-per-click advertising. Convert into buyers. Sell to buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers. Run more Facebook marketing ads. Convert to buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers. The process is the exact same in every advertising medium. Buy YouTube pay-per-click advertising, pay-per-view advertising, right? So buy YouTube advertising. Convert to buyers. Sell to buyers, sell to buyers, sell to buyers. The process of this system and what we're doing is identical no matter what you use for your inputs, right? Whether you use postcards, whether you use letters, whether you use Facebook pay-per-click, whether you use YouTube advertising, whether you use search engine marketing, whether you use anything. I mean, SEO, whether you start blogging, doing podcasts, no matter what you do, you have to have the inputs in the front, and then you have to convert to buyers, and then you have to sell to them over and over and over again. Okay? Again, if you think about the big picture, the reason why we use postcards and the reason why we use letters and direct mail is just because it's easier. It's just easier for the average person. And I'm not saying I'm doing it because I'm lazy, right? Which some days I feel like I am a little lazy doing postcards, but I'm doing it because the average person is able to do it part-time. Like the average person, I'm not talking about me and you and people that are on this call and they're like, I'll do whatever it takes. I'm not talking about people that will do whatever it takes. I'm talking about the masses that have literally no time in their life currently, but really do want a business, don't have time to learn it, don't have time to keep up with the changes of the technologies, but can definitely plug in a couple $100 to run ads. All right, can plug in a couple $100 to run some postcards or some mail to start the process. Does that make sense? I mean, that's why we're here. That's why we use it. It's because every single person that joins can have some success with it, period. There's not a person on this call today, there's not a person in our business today that there's a barrier to entry other than just having a couple $100. There's no other barriers to entry. They don't. I mean, we've got people that will call me using a service, that are deaf. They can use this, and they'll call me through a telephone translator. I don't even know how that technology works, but they do, and they can do this because they don't need to speak to people every day. They don't need to do cold calls. They don't need to convince people to join. The system does it for them. My 6-year-old or 7-year-old, my 11-year-old could do this. My 3-year-old, maybe not. He'd have a tough time getting the stamp straight. But you know what I'm saying? Like, children could do this. They could put stamps on postcards and go drop them off at the post office. So if they can do it, everybody can do it. And to make network marketing work, I believe that it has to be something that everybody can do, the masses can do, and the masses can have success. Can you enroll more of your warm market if you talk to them about your network marketing company? Can you enroll a higher percentage and have it cost you nothing? Yes. Absolutely. But how many people are willing to do that? Right? Like, I'm not willing to do that. I'm personally not willing to do that. I'm not going chasing my friends and family around. Okay? And it's not because I don't want to share the products with them. It's just because I had a bad experience with that. And I've learned that my friends and family, the people that I know, really aren't crazy about joining a network marketing company. And they know full well that I do this full time. So my idea is that, hey, like, if they ever want to, they'll probably come to me and say, hey, Joel, I'm kind of interested in doing that with you. But they're not doing that, and they're full well know that I make a full-time income, that I do really well at this, but yet they're not coming here. Okay? So they're not a buyer. They're not purchasing from me. So why would I spend time chasing them, right? And so many other people have a story just the same as mine, right? So they're not necessarily going to chase a warm market. They're not necessarily going to do cold calls. They're not necessarily going to do some of these other things, either because they don't enjoy it, they don't have the skill for it, or they don't have time for it. But everybody can mail a postcard. Okay, so that's it for today. I mean, I just wanted to kind of drill down and make sure that you understand, again, what we're doing, why we do it, and the simplicity of the system, and just keep in the back of your head that, again, it's easier to sell to existing people than it is to acquire new customers in your business. If you don't have anybody in your business, you've got to acquire new customers, and you've got to pay for that. It's going to cost you some money to be able to generate those new people. But once you have them, you can sell to them over and over again for the next year, 2 years, 10 years. They will continue buying from you. They will continue working with you. They will get an auto ship in your network marketing company and generate you a good, solid income month after month, year after year. So have a great weekend, everybody. I wish you all the best. Wonderful summer. Get out there in the sun. Get out there and enjoy the weather. And then, come back home and start building your business. So have a great weekend, everybody. Wish you all the best. And bye for now.